Hello subscribers and non-subscribers, welcome back to Roommates. I do want to say one thing real quick. This part I'm only going to be covering winter break, which I don't think is really all that long, so this will probably be a fairly short episode. But before we actually hop into the game itself, I wanted to mention that, but I also wanted to mention that I might, now I don't make a guarantee that this will happen, but I might go and also upload a part of Chaos Head later today. If I do, it'll probably go up in about, well, pretty much about 30 minutes after this video goes up. But the only reason why I'd be doing that is because since I took a break during winter, during the holidays, I figured, well, a number of people have been asking like when I was going to upload another part of Chaos Head, so I might upload another part of Chaos Head later today, but I make no guarantee that that will occur. But if it does, wonderful for those of you guys that enjoy that series. If not, oh well, you'll just have to wait till next week. And I don't know why I said winter break. It's actually spring break, though there is, I believe, a winter break, but that occurs after spring break, I'm fairly certain. Either way, let's go ahead and actually hop into the game. So spring break, we don't really have anything that we can do here. We can just click start. And let me grab my dice in case we gotta make some decisions. Everyone's packing their stuff. Nobody can stop talking about our trip to the beach house. I'm a little worried that we still have to pay our own way, but I think I've got enough squirreled away. Luckily, I've got a van big enough to carry all of us down there. Since I'm driving, everyone else is chipping in for my gas. You almost ready? Almost, just a couple more things. Hey, what do you think of this swimsuit? Isabel holds up her skimpy two-piece against her shirt. Damn, babe, I thought the beach house was no smoking. Boy, please, I'm downright on fire. Anyway, hurry up, we're all itching to get going. Seriously, you ripped that one on purpose. Gah, those last 3 miles were hell. You're full of it, quit trying to blame it on me. Come on, you guys, we're here, it doesn't matter anymore. Our lungs will probably grow back, it's fine. Ha! It was a long 15-hour trip, but we finally made it. The beach house sits before us, and the ocean sits just on the other side of it. It's pretty late. What do you want to do? Let's get settled into the house first. I want to see what the room situation is like. So, are we really the only ones here all week? Yeah, unfortunately Roxanne and the others had to bow out. They couldn't afford their own transportation. I feel bad, but this place doesn't really look big enough for all of us anyway. Anne is right, the house looks pretty cozy. Once you've got the door open and the place scouted, it looks like there are only 3 bedrooms, each has a king-size bed in it. But still. Well, I suppose we could split off into pairs, maybe someone can use the couch out here. Actually, let's just use 2 of the rooms for 3 people, we can go girls and boys. What? Why wouldn't we use all the rooms? I look at Isabella, who gives me a quick nod. Suddenly, I know exactly what she's thinking. Because, numbnuts, we've already got a perfectly good split here, why mess up all the rooms? Because it's ours for the week? That means we have to be rude? No, it's much better if we leave one of the rooms empty, where we know that none of the others will be in it. Where everyone knows that we shouldn't go into that room, especially without knocking. Dominic looks between us as realization slowly dawns on his face. I'm just saying, it's a long week. Lots of folks about. Come on, douchenick, catch the hint already. Yeah, I get it. You 2 are gross, but whatever. Fine. Isabella and I high-five as everyone starts settling into the house. Everyone splits up across male or female, setting their stuff down and making their sleeping arrangements. Alright, boys. Let's get our crap down. I figured there'd be a bed situation, so I've got my sleeping bag with me. Are you sure you're not just planning on spending the week in somebody else's bed? Hey, the week is young, my dim-witted friend. The week is young, and so are those hotties out on the beach. Dominic rolls his eyes while Rakesh shakes his head. I throw my bedroll on the floor while Dominic and Rakesh eye the bed. Ugh. I've slept in worse places. Let me see if I can find a few blankets and I'll take the other side of the bed. Dominic walks out to find the linen closet. This is so exciting. Okay, let's see. Roll the dice 3 times. Got a 1, a 6, and a 5. So, it's not a slumber party. Calm down. Rakesh doesn't like that. Not surprised. Sorry, Max. I just haven't been out on my own like this in a very long time. I feel very free. It's definitely going to be pretty awesome. There are going to be all kinds of hot chicks out there wearing very little in the way of clothing. It's going to be a great week, don't get me wrong. You just got to play it cool, my man. Yes, I will play it very chilly. Ha, close enough. Well, get some tail yet. Or will get some tail yet. Alright, let's call it a night, gents. We got a long week. Get the lights, would you, Max? Yes, turn out the lights, Max. I'm sure nothing will happen in the dark. Oh, if it's hair-raising tales you're looking for. We all settle in for some fun on our first night, and hopefully the last night I'll be spending in a bed alone during this trip. Come on, everyone. The beach isn't gonna lie all over itself. First, out there gets to rub the suntan lotion on my back. Everyone's up and dressed for some fun on the beach. Sally cooked us some great vegan pancakes for breakfast. I have to admit, I'm looking forward to spending the day on the beach. Our first day, we basically just went into the nearby town and picked up supplies. We found a nice little outlet mall. Sally and Dominic wanted to look through it a bit, so we ended up spending our day in town just enjoying the local flavor. Today is promising to be some fun on the beach. The sky's clear and water is warm. I can't wait. Now, this is my idea of a good week off. Our section of the beach is private, but I've still got more than an eyeful with the ladies running around. And in the incredibly unlikely chance I get bored, I can just walk a little ways over and be on the public property. Suddenly, it's girls galore. Rakesh and Sally are looking out over the water. Looks like they're thinking about going in first. No, Rakesh, you're not going to be able to snorkel in here. It's too shallow. I suppose, looking at it, you may be right. Still, I would like to explore and see. Anne and Isabel are sitting under a beach umbrella, putting on their various creams. Anne's got a couple of books next to her. Looks like she knows what she's doing today. Meanwhile, I'm trying to help Douchnik set up a net for some beach volleyball. No, it has to go on the 3rd rung, you dumbass. Otherwise, it's going to be too low. It's a net, not a limbo stick. Shut up, jackass. If you don't get it straight, we won't be doing anything with it. Oh, Rakesh, shake that pretty ass, boy. Behave, Isabella. Come on, Rakesh. Let's see how deep it gets out there. Watch out for undertow, you two. It's nice to have the whole house out here, getting along and enjoying the beach. It almost feels like we've got our own nice little family. A few hours later, everyone's gathered around the deck table with another great lunch properly finished off. Thanks for the meal, Rakesh. This was great. Yeah, man, good job. Although I'm eyeing that grill, I think we may have to fire that up tonight. You brought charcoal, right? Yeah, and some hamburger and veggie patties. Oh, that sounds delicious, too. I'm going to end up stuffing myself silly this week. Well then, we're just going to have to exercise that much harder. True, we should do something now. Hey, let's put that volleyball net to good use. What do you folks say? I'm game. Let's do it. I'll lead one team. Don't you get enough trying to herd cats being our RA? I'm not going to stop until I whip you into shape. The rest of us decide it's not worth it to argue with him and let him lead one of the teams. Sally volunteers to lead the other one. The two confer for a few moments before turning to us with their team selections. Okay, we discuss what seemed fair, and for the teams, it's me, Rakesh, and Ann for Team 1. For Team 2, it's Sally, Isabella, and any stray hobos they can pick up. Sally elbows Dominic in the ribs. Come on, Max, Isabella, let's clobber these suckers. Isabella and I cheer and high-five while we walk over to Sally. The three of us huddle on our side of the net to make some strategy. Okay, Max, you're going to be our first server. We know Anne's her weak point, so try to pick her out if you can. Don't be mean, though, okay? Hey, all's fair in love and war. Ha! Calm it down there, Top Gun. We've got this. You've got a good height advantage. Just spike that ball whenever you can. I nod as we all put our hands in the middle and pull them up with a cheer. You chumps ready for the fire? Don't get too cocky, Missy. We've got brawn and brains to spare. Pfft, you mean you've gone spare. We have spare tires in our brains. Really, Rakesh? Everyone looks at Rakesh for a moment but decides to let it pass. Let's say we make this interesting, folks. Oh, what are you thinking? Let's say the winning team gets out of cleaning duties for the rest of the trip. Oh yes, I will enjoy all my extra free time. Ha, you wish. Dominic fishes a quarter out of a pocket and flips it. He points to me and says to call it. Luckily, Tails doesn't fail me and it's our turn first. Dominic tosses me the ball. Looks like it's my serve. Okay, so... yes, this is... we play through this just making decisions. Let's make a save. I don't remember if there's any implications depending on which one you select. Like, I don't know if constantly serving it to Anne has any effect on relations. I mean, they did tell us to go for her whenever possible. But they also said not to be mean, so constantly serving it to her will probably be considered mean, and thus you might lose relations with Sally. Or whoever. So, yeah. I think the first time we'll go with Anne here. I watch Anne out of the corner of my eye for a moment before dishing up a high fast one at her. Unfortunately, what I couldn't have anticipated was that rather than going for it, she ducked out of the way. The ball goes out of bounds as Dominic and Rakesh rush for the ball moments before realizing my mistake. I shake my head and shrug at my teammates. Sorry guys, sorry, I'll get the ball. Though at least we got a point, right? We rotate positions with Dominic serving this time. He tosses the ball and does a jump serve right to Isabella. Isabella laughs as she easily returns the ball back over the net. We get a couple of good volleys in. Rakesh almost spikes one home, but a last-minute dive by Sally saves it. Suddenly, just as I'm figuring out that Dominic's jump toward the net is a fake out for Anne bumping it over, I realize that the ball's coming right for me. I need to try to score here. Okay. They also told us to try and spike it whenever possible. So I think it's probably our best bet to try and spike it over the net. Let's try it. I take a good run and leap at the ball. That's a perfect opening right between Rakesh and Anne. I swat that ball like it's just tried to steal the last cookie. Dominic is too far out, thanks to his feint, but Rakesh tries to save it. It bounces off him and out of bounds. Suck it, fools! Our point. I'll get you next time. After another half an hour, we're all feeling hot and sweaty, but it's been great exercise. Sally team has scored 13 to Dominic's 13. We're getting really close to match point, and it's my serve again. I have a chance to maybe end the game right here, since we're only playing to 15. Now, where to serve it this time? Okay, let's make another save. Okay, Anne, don't dodge the ball this time, if you don't mind. Serve it to Anne. Anne's been pretty weak this whole game, but Rakesh and Dominic have been covering her defensively. It's like they figure I'm going to aim there. And everyone knows when you see a trap, walk into it. They'll never expect it. I serve the ball high and fast towards Anne. I watch in growing horror as Dominic steps limply in front of her and sets the ball. Rakesh jumps at the net and drives it home, right past our defenders. Oh, come on, Max. They've been guarding her the whole match. Get your head in the game. It would have been more dramatic if the last point had been some epic struggle, but it really wasn't. The ball was served normally, and we even managed to volley a few times. Then, without warning, Sally went for a set and stumbled in the sand. The ball bounced off her outstretched arms and rolled gently out of bounds. That made it Dominic's team's point. Everyone laughed and cheered as the final point was scored. Okay, I'm curious what the other two choices are. Let's just serve to Rakesh. I know those two have been covering Anne this whole game, and I think Dominic is expecting another cheap shot. I rear up and slap the ball home right to Rakesh. I watch as the ball sails right past him and smacks the sand right on the inside edge of the boundary line. Whoa! Aced it! I'd love to say that our match had an epic final point, but it really didn't. The serve went up just fine, even had a few volleys, but at the last minute Dominic went for a simple bump and slipped in the sand. The ball landed harmlessly to his left, and we'd scored the final point. Everyone laughed and cheered as the final point was scored. We're going to go and keep this one. I throw my arms out, and Isabella and Sally come over for a congratulatory hug. I try not to let my grin get too big. Great game, suckers. Have fun cleaning up. I believe it's time for me to get back to my tanning. Oh yeah, I'm going to have some fun now. Good game, everyone. The final tally was Dominic's 13 to Sally's 15. I wandered over to the water and took a few moments to stretch. That was a lot of fun, and I really can't wait to see what the rest of the week will hold. The last 2 days have been incredible. We've been hanging out with my friends on and off the beach. This has probably been the best vacation of my life. Skimpy outfits, hot sand, a chance to show off here and there. It's been awesome. It's all the more disappointing that tomorrow we have to pack up and head back to the dorm. Still, I've got one more day to spend here, and I'm going to make sure it's the best capper yet. I think everyone's had the same thought, actually. After Dominic made everyone breakfast, we all split up to sort of do our own thing. I've gotten a good breakfast and a good shower in. Now I just need to figure out what to do with my day. I imagine it probably looks at which character you have the most relation with when you go to play the event, and it selects that one. To be on the safe side, we will, however, make a save, and we'll play the event. I walk out onto the deck and take a brief moment to watch over the waves. It's beautiful here. I can see why Professor Task bought it, and why he wanted to keep it to himself. Where did everyone go today? I think Rakesh went to the garage. He's probably painting something in there he shouldn't be. Isabella probably went to go fall asleep on the beach. Sally built a bird feeder late Wednesday, so she's probably out getting that set up. And I think Anne went back inside to read by the windows. I guess it is a bit cooler inside. I know that the last quarter of the year is coming up. I probably won't have another chance to get some good alone time with someone. If I don't make something happen now, nobody's going to have time to try to make it happen later. Well, we've been pretty much gunning for Sally this entire time, and we shall continue doing that. Go see how Sally's doing. I change out of my trunks and head around to the back of the house, calling out to see if Sally's there. Shh. As I look closer to where I heard Sally's voice, I see her sitting at a little picnic table watching over her bird feeder. 2 little birds are picking at some sunflower seeds. I take a seat next to Sally at the table, and we watch the birds for a little while. What kind of birds are they? I think they're finches. Aren't they pretty? They are. I can think of prettier, though I gotta admit, it's only when you get them all together that they're at their prettiest. You're incognito? I have no idea. He still smiles at me, though. We watch the birds for a few more moments before they flutter off to whatever business it is that birds get up to. I don't get it, Max. I mean, you're a terrible flirt. You're reckless, barely reasonable, cute, sure, but... And yet, I can't help but think of you when I'm feeling down. And on the other side, well, I've been told more than once my love of animals borders on psychotic. I believe in things like auras and destiny, and maybe that's what this is, but I don't know. I don't think destiny is a plan that some almighty being wrote in his notebook with hearts dotted with eyes. Destiny is something you work toward. Destiny is the finish line in a race you've been working your whole life to win. I don't know if that's stupid or profound. I think that's why I like you, Max. Somehow you just keep walking that line. All men of mystery and cunning walk that line, my dear. Ha! Someone's been hanging around Memphis too much. Yeah, but there you have it. If Memphis approves of you, you're practically a shoo-in. Sally rests her head on the table, looking through her lashes at me. Do you think you could be with me, Max? I'm a pretty hefty little load of caveats. Some might say I'm high maintenance. Pfft, yeah, right. You're a sweet girl with a good head on her shoulders. I haven't really seen anything that would make most people qualify Sally as high maintenance. You're honest enough to tell me to screw myself when I need to, and sweet enough to put up with me when I don't. You do need to get bent a little more often than average, I'll admit. Though you can be sweet when you put your mind to it. Sally grins widely at me, and I can't help but grin back. I'll never admit it, but my heart feels lighter when I see her smile like that. I don't think there are any dogs to get in our way here. I laugh a bit and get out of my chair, walking over to where Sally is smiling and resting her head. I gently cup her cheek, bringing her face up from the table, looking into her green eyes for a moment before she closes them. She leans into my hand and purses her lips. When our lips meet, it feels right, like when our riff just clicks home. Hell, if I didn't know any better, I'd almost swear I heard music. As our lips part, we look over and there is music. Well, birds singing anyway. 2 birds are sitting on top of the bird feeder, and one of them is chirping a sweet little tune to the other one. While we both watch the bird stop singing, and the 2 birds approach, briefly touching beaks. Ha! I think they're trying to show you up, Max. You're not going to let them outdo you, are you? Well, if you'd like me to warble out a chirpy tune, I can go get my guitar, but I think you'll like this bit better. I kiss her again, this time wrapping my arms around her, pulling her up from her chair and in close to my body. She returns my kiss with a deep passion. Our mouths part slightly and we explore for just a little while. When we break this time, the 2 birds chirp at each other a few more times before flying off in the same direction. So, we've clearly seen the birds. I suppose we can get to the bees? We chuckle and kiss again on the deck. Then I lead Sally inside the house, into the spare bedroom nobody's sleeping in. So this is why you and Isabella wanted to make sure there was a spare room. Well, what do you expect from a couple of horned dogs? A good damn time. I raise my eyebrow at Sally, just in time for her to push me backwards onto the spare bed. Her lips are hungry as they press into mine, and... there we go. Screenshot that for the thumbnail. Her hands hold my arms above my head as she kisses me all over my face. I try to catch her face, placing gentle kisses on her eyes and forehead. Sally sits up as she straddles me, pulling me up after her. I happily comply, kissing her deeply. Our lips part for a moment as Sally pulls my shirt over my head, then she's kissing me again. Our tongue meets for a moment as Sally moans lightly. I run my hands over her back as she begins to kiss down my neck. She begins kissing my chest, running her hands over my abs. I feel her hands pulling at my shorts as her lips kiss over my pecs and down to my stomach. 30 minutes later, Sally and I are laying next to each other in the spare bedroom. Oh man, I hope nobody heard that. Nah, no one else is in the house. I was not expecting that. I may not lay my sexuality on the table like Isabella, but I'm not ashamed of it. Exploring my energy means exploring my body. Well then, I should explore your energy a bit more. Sally laughs and swats at my roving hand. Stop that. I'm just saying I'm not a prude or anything. That, and I think our auras mingle nicely. Very nicely. You sure you're gonna be able to put up with me still eating meat from time to time? Don't expect me to eat it, and I'd like it if you could cut back, but I'm not gonna force you to be something you're not. I like you, Max. I like you too, Sally. I like you too. How long until someone comes to find us? I don't answer, just satisfied hanging out with Sally for a while longer. Okay. So, yeah, that's that. Let's see. Sally needs 300 activity, or active, which we're on our way towards, ever so slowly. And we need some more... Actually, we're done with spontaneous for her, but we definitely need more active. Is there anything I can do to get us some more active? I don't think so. Let's see. College Farm gives us active. Is there anywhere else that I can do College Farm work? There is. Cafe. On Thursday. Replace the cafe clerk with the College Farm, and that's some more active there. So let's see. I'm looking at 5, 10, 15, 21 active per week. It's not quite good enough for me. Let's get some more. So let's see. 6, 12, 18, 24, I believe. And then 15, that would give us, what, 39, if my math's correct? Which would mean only about 2 weeks. And I don't remember what week it is that this ends in. I'm fairly certain it's in the 20s somewhere, but I think it's like at the end, like near 30. But either way, there we go. That was spring break. And yeah, we definitely need to work on getting our active level up to 300 at least. While also still working on somewhat on getting our spontaneous up. And our grays are almost maxed out, which is actually kind of surprising to me. I imagine we'll probably be able to almost max it out. Let's see. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 20, 25. No, I actually, now that I look at it, I don't think we will max it out, but we will get pretty damn close. But we do need more energy. Oh my god, we're almost at about half energy. I think we're gonna have to do some sleep earlies. At least a few more for a little while. I think that might be fine. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. No, I don't know. We might have to skip some events even, potentially. Because we're definitely not offsetting the amount of energy we're using with the amount of energy we gain back. But if we skip some events, especially ones that aren't important, then we should be able to fairly easily get back a couple of these. Because each time you skip an event, I think you get plus 5 energy. Which is all done in percents, I believe. So this minus 10 here is minus 10% energy. So... and I don't know if you get any period at the end of each day. I never really looked. Either way, that's going to be it for this episode. As always, like, favorite, comment, subscribe, share, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, goodbye and farewell. And as I said, I may upload a part of Chaos Head after this. I make no guarantee that will occur. If it does, for those of you guys that enjoy that series, great. If it doesn't, then you'll just have to wait till next week. But either way, I will see you guys next time. Goodbye and farewell.